everyone. Welcome to the weekly update. As you can see, this is the newly renovated driftwood centerscape that we have going on. There's a lot of new driftwood that has come in, and the best thing is it's 20% off this week. So as we near the middle of summer, I would say the end, but it's more the middle. You may want to come in and check out some of the resin designs, some of the plants, and some of the driftwood that we have. Let's see, where are we going to start today? Let's start here. So here's where we want to start. We have got about 2 more weeks to let this pond cure, and then we're going to start filling it with water. And it's still kind of more or less up to you guys on what we're going to do. Is it going to be freshwater, or is it going to be a saltwater lagoon? How about kind of vote for it? Give us your feedback. I know a lot of you have, and I really appreciate it, especially on Facebook. But please check things out and let me know. Now let's get on to the update.
Hi, it's Kevin. I'm here to show you the highlights of what I got in freshwater fish this week. But before we get to that, if you're thinking about doing a freshwater tank, all your bare essentials are here in these well put together Aquarium tank kits that we have. It's got everything you need to get started in freshwater aquaria to set up a basic starter tank. We got them in several different sizes. We got them 20 gallon, we've got 29, we've even got them in a 55 gallon size. So it's an excellent way to get started in the hobby. We got in a wonderful batch of long-fin SERPAE TETRAS. Long-fin SERPAE TETRAS are one of my personal favorites because they're excellent for cycling out a new tank. The longer fins really make it a more showy fish, and the spinach on this batch in particular is just stellar. Got in one of my favorite plecostomus. These are the little clown plecostomus. They do really well in smaller tanks because they don't reach over 4 inches in length. Really cool little algae eater. If you're looking for a good scavenger snail, I've got a great selection of mystery snails in right now. A lot of nice fat happy ones in a bunch of different colors, ranging from red to blue to gold. Really cool looking snails, really good selection. We have an awesome selection of little fancy guppies in this week. We got in some very unusual colors and a nice mix of different males and females. Got in some really nice looking SAILFIN mollies. The males of the SAILFIN mollies, as the name might imply, have a very tall SAILFIN to them. Got some red sunsets and some golds. Really great for color. They are larger than your usual mollies, and they can get up to about 4 to 5 inches long before it's all said and done. I got in a really nice looking batch of cardinal tetras. Yes, cardinal tetras. Very fickle little guys. They're not neon tetras, although they look very similar, but they've got red going down the entirety of their stomach, whereas the neon, it only goes halfway down. They also do get a little bit larger than the neon tetras. We have gotten in quite a few decent sized Jack Dempseys on trade-in. If you're looking for a South American cichlid with a little bit of size to them, we've got several of them for you in here that came in. Really good for color, really nice size. We've been having a hard time getting in larger cichlids of any size lately, but right now I do have a good selection of some large assorted MBUNA variety cichlids. Libidochromys, Kenyais, red zebras, several different types in there. All looking good, good size. Oddly enough, we've been having a little bit of a hard time getting in decent looking gouramis, but I've got in some beautiful gold and blue gouramis in this week. Got in a good looking batch of some small juvenile Oscars. Oscars, I've not been able to get them in even a medium size lately. They've all been kind of small. This is a nice little small medium size, and I've got a good mix of colors in there. They look really good and healthy, although they look kind of terrified at the moment because they just came in. You got in some nice adorable little ranchus, and ranchus have always been one of my favorites because of the round body shape. They look kind of like eggs or little dumplings or something. They're adorable little water piggies. Got in some really striking variegated OZELOT swords. I really like these because of the mottled leaf. This plant is awesome to graft onto a rock or a piece of wood because the Anubias Nana Petite has smaller leaves on it and really seems to grow a little bit faster than most of the other Anubias varieties from my experience anyway. Really cool plant, especially when you put it on driftwood.
Hi everybody, it's Reagan here with my favorite lady, Mamacita. And I told you guys to stay tuned because she might be coming home with me. Well, it is now official. I have bought almost everything I need, tank, stand, canopy, things like that, and she is coming home with me. So she will be mine at my house very, very soon. We will film when we get her out and move her because that'll be a fun video for everyone. But now, she's not for sale. You can't have her, but I can go show you some things that I do have for sale. Oh my goodness, this guy is so cool. This is the candy striped hogfish. Now, I have never been able to order one of these for the store. This is a first for me in over a year and a half I've been working here. Oh, this guy is spectacular. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay, so the candy striped hogfish. Hogfish in general are not reef safe, although the candy striped hogfish has been known to be one of the most reef safe because they do not get as large as some of your other hogfish. This guy's typically going to max out around 5 inches. Really not going to mess with any crabs and snails. The only thing that these guys might go after in your tank is once they reach more of a full size, they will go after your shrimp. So if you don't mind some shrimp going missing, this guy is an excellent addition to any tank. Y'all, look at him. Oh God, look at that beautiful sunset coloration on him. Quite the personality. Top pick of the week for me personally. So this awesome colored patterned stripey boy is a tiger stripe jawfish. Very similar to the dusky jaw and will get about the same size. They have super large mouths and will eat anything that fits inside of that mouth. So definitely house him with larger fish or things that he cannot eat. He is pretty small right now, so you know, you'd be safe with a lot of different fish. These guys will find a crevice in the rock that they will like to just hang out and kind of make a little home. But I have never ordered in a tiger striped jaw, and I am obsessed with him. He's got such a personality, beautiful markings and coloration. Would be an excellent choice for a more than likely fish only tank, but really could go in any tank since he will not mess with any of your coral. Up next is another triggerfish. This is the boomerang triggerfish, one of my favorite triggerfish. These guys, in my opinion, have some of the best personalities that a triggerfish can have. I've had multiple triggerfish in the store and I've never had an issue with aggression with them, although it is still a triggerfish, so I would still count it as more of an aggressor. Again, clams on the half shell, meaty foods for this guy, and I still would definitely recommend a fish-only aquarium. But the last boomerang trigger I had liked to be petted on the sides of his body. So, if that tells you anything about their personalities, they are phenomenal, phenomenal, very hardy fish. So this little guy down here in the bottom is a checkerboard wrasse. They are absolutely beautiful and they do bury themselves in the sand as well. Your checkerboard wrasses are a large-bodied wrasse, and part of their diet are inverts, crab, snails, shrimp, and even little starfish and things like that as well. So definitely a fish-only tank for this guy, as we don't want him to munch on some of your cleanup crew. Back by popular demand are the awesome, hardy, show-stopping, shimmery monodactylus. These monos are a phenomenal schooling fish, and these guys can actually live in brackish tanks or fully marine ecosystems. So your monodactylus are, like I said, one of the hardiest fish you can have. Wonderful for schooling at a very affordable price point, and the way the light reflects off their bodies when they school is just amazing. If you want something that's going to live a long time, going to eat any type of food you put in the aquarium, and something that gives you a lot of activity in your tank, your monodactylus is going to be the #1 choice. This cute little guy in here is an eblei angelfish. This is a dwarf angel, so he's not going to get much larger than what you see here in the tank right now. He is still acclimating, so he's a little bit skittish, so I'm standing a little bit further away. Dwarf angels can be some of your more safe angels to add to a reef tank, although I always say that with angels, whether they be dwarf or larger bodies, are reef safe with caution, as part of their diets in the wild are sponges and other types of soft corals. But if you would like to try this guy, you can absolutely do so. Just know that they are reef safe with caution, and that we do carry specific angelfish frozen food here at the store, which I would always recommend taking home to feed if you're going to take home this beautiful Eebly Eye angel. Alright guys, so in here I have something pretty cool. It is a yellow Scopus tang. So these Scopus tangs have been bred to have a lot more of that golden yellow color in them. Not quite as bright lemon as your yellow tangs, but definitely more of a golden yellow color than your regular coppered brown colored Scopus tangs. Alright guys, so these are awesome sized pencil urchins. These are super big. Typically we don't get them in this large. Now pencil urchins are a phenomenal algae eater, a great member to have in your tank that will help eat algae off of the glass of your aquarium. Now pencil urchins are deemed reef compatible with caution. They are not always reef safe. They have been known to eat some corals and things like that, so just be aware if you want to add it to a reef tank. I would prefer these guys go into a fish only, and they would be a phenomenal cleanup crew member for a fish only aquarium. Last but not least for this week are the chocolate chip starfish. I managed to get in a few of the chocolate chips in a smaller size, so that's super cool. I love watching their legs crawl across the glass like what I'm showing you right now. Now chocolate chip starfish, I would not say are reef safe. They will eat your coral. So chocolate chip starfish would do much better in a fish only aquarium, but they are fabulous, fabulous starfish, very hardy and definitely very popular.
Hey guys, Hayden here. So Chuck and Kat wanted me to highlight some of the corals that we've been getting in recently. So I'm going to pick out a couple of my favorites I've gotten in so far, so let's go check them out. Alright, so we just got in a bunch of different types of Euphyllia. There's some hammers, torches, frog spawns, and they all range in price. But depending on what you pick up, a lot of them are actually discounted if you get 2 or 3 or more. So definitely come check them out because they look really good this week. And here we have a bunch of different types of Rickordia mushrooms, a couple different colors. I really do enjoy the Rickordias, super low light, super low flow, super easy to take care of. So if you're looking for a beginner friendly coral, Rickordia is definitely the one you want to be looking at. Alright, and here we have a bunch of different types of zoanthids. Once again, very low light, very low flow, super easy to care for. They really don't care where you place them, and one of my favorite things to do with them is kind of place them on one rock and kind of create a zoanthid garden. Because when they start growing, they can look really cool over time. Alright, and here we have a bunch of different types of colonies, favias, mushrooms, chalices, duncans. So if you're looking for something like a little bit bigger of a piece to kind of help fill in your tank, we definitely have a very good selection right now, so I would definitely come check them out. Tons of variety, tons of colors. So yeah, come see us. And here we have a bunch of different types of SPSs. So SPSs can be a little harder to care for, higher light, higher flow. They're more for experts kind of thing, but if you're willing to gamble on some of the pieces, they can be really worth it, especially when they grow out. They can look like trees, or they can, some of the encrusters can encrust whatever you put them on. So some people like to do the skulls and stuff like that, and as they grow out, they can look really cool. So if you want to try your hand at some SPS, come check them out and maybe grab you one or two.
Okay, so believe it or not, we are going to do some more self-help videos. I know I keep talking about them, and they keep getting put off because of people's vacations and things like that. I'm standing in front of one of them. We're going to do this peninsula here pretty soon. Andrew and I are going to do it to show you how to put together a Proclear peninsula. That's coming really soon, as well as a few other simplified self-help videos. So hang in there. We'll be posting a little bit more in the coming weeks. And I think that's it for this week. God bless and have a great weekend.